Episode 1, my epic reading quest continues. There is an episode 0, by the way, in case you missed it. We've got a few alligators barking. Let's see what they have to say.
We agreed that the river example is bad.
Oh, good. So yeah, if the DM in that example clarified that a crit would make you cross the river before rolling, then I don't think the example is that bad. If a player got a normal success and then is told they make it halfway, then they're going to assume the DM doesn't actually want them to cross the river. I personally would assume that the DM wants to drown me. You learn this sort of stuff as you DM more and more. This is like the first thing you learn as a DM, really.
But Kobold! Small note on proficiencies. As soon as you get trained or higher, your character level also flows into the proficiency modifier. So at level 1, trained already gives you a +3 and so on.
Thank you, Franz. I'll correct that. It's like this, then. There we go. We're ready. Today I'm gonna finish chapter 1. Welcome to Pack Tactics. We've got a river to cross. We left off at encounters. A round takes 6 seconds. During a round, each participant takes a turn. When it's your turn to act, you can use up to 3 actions. Things such as draw a weapon, move, open a door, or swing a sword. They use a single action to perform. So that's something new for us 5e players. Moving is an actual action. And not only that, so is opening a door and pulling out your sword. It's not an object interaction as we know it in 5e. Everything is actions. Well, mostly everything. There are also activities that use more than a single action to perform. These are often special abilities from your character's class and feats. One common activity in the game is casting a spell, which usually uses 2 actions. Free actions, such as dropping an object, don't count towards the 3 actions you can take on your turn. There seems to be more to it than that, but we'll cross that river when we get there. Finally, each character can use up to 1 reaction during a round. This special type of action can be used even when it's not your turn, but only in response to certain events, and only if you have an ability that allows it.
Like opportunity attack.
Attack of Opportunity is very different here compared to Pathfinder 1 and 5e. It's actually a feature some marshals get, and that actually kind of blew my mind. But yeah, it's a good example. Anyways, attacking another creature is done by using the strike action. This requires an attack roll, a kind of check made against the AC of the creature you're attacking. Strikes can be made using weapons, spells, or even parts of a creature's body, like a fist, claw, or tail. You add a modifier to this roll based on your proficiency rank with the type of attack you're using. Stuff you know. I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. Here we go. An attack deals damage if it hits, and rolling a critical success results in the attack dealing double damage. This is new. Crits are more impactful here than in 5e. Next. You can use more than 1 strike action on your turn, but each additional strike after the first becomes less accurate. This is reflected by a multiple attack penalty that starts at -5 on the second attack, but increases to -10 on the third. There are many ways to reduce this penalty, and it resets at the end of your turn. Very interesting. I can't analyze this yet because I don't know anything, but with a naked eye, a -5 penalty is really a -25% chance to hit. A -10 is 50%, so the third attack is practically maybe a 10 to 15% chance to hit, versus creatures usually. What I said was a shot in the dark. You can tell me in the comments, I actually want to know. A saving throw is a check attempted against the DC of the spell or special ability targeting your character. There are 3 types of saving throws: Fortitude, Reflex, and Will. This is new. Fortitude is tied to Constitution, Reflex is tied to Dexterity, and Will is tied to Wisdom. We're gonna talk about ability scores later on. Then there's key terms. We're mostly familiar with them, but we'll see what they really do later on. Understanding actions. This is the single action symbol. You can use 3 single actions on your turn in an encounter, in any order you see fit. Like attack, move, attack, for example. Activities are special tasks that you complete by spending 1 or more of your actions together. Usually an activity uses uses 2 or more actions and lets you do more than a single action would allow. You have to spend all the actions an activity requires for its effects to happen. Spellcasting is one of the most common activities, as most spells take more than an action to cast. Here's 2 actions and 3 actions symbols. A few special activities, such as spells can be cast in an instant, can be performed by spending a free action or a reaction. Reaction can be used even when it's not your turn. You only get 1 reaction per round, and you can use it only when its specific trigger is fulfilled. Often the trigger is another creature's action, like opportunity attack, if you have opportunity attack. Free actions doesn't require you to spend any of your 3 single actions or reaction. A free action might have a trigger like a reaction does. If so, you can use it just like a reaction, even if it's not your turn. However, you can only use 1 free action per trigger, so if you have multiple free actions with the same trigger, you have to decide which to use. And of course, dropping something is a free action. Here it breaks down how an action or feat is structured. Everything kind of explains itself. I want to show you something though, so we're going to jump off this chapter and look at web, for example. This text here isn't just flavor text, it's also actual mechanics. It's like 5e, and I hate this. I hate it when they mix flavor text with mechanics. It's really annoying when talking about mechanics. So whatever you do, don't just read the success and failures. You also have to read everything. Like, you really don't want to miss out on squares filled with web are difficult terrain. Ability scores. One of the most important aspects of your character sheet is their ability scores. These scores represent your character's raw potential and influence nearly every other statistic on your character sheet. You already know this sort of stuff. Strength adds to melee damage rolls and how much you can carry.
Finally, the deep dive on encumbrance we've all been waiting for.
No, Mike, we're gonna buy pack animals to carry stuff for us and never think about it ever again. I recommend 1 or 2. Dexterity adds to AC, reflex saves, attacks with ranged weapons, stealth, and some other skills. Constitution is hit points and fortitude saves. Intelligence, it says trained in additional skills and might be able to master additional languages. Wisdom adds to perception and will saves. By the way, your perception is the most important skill in the game, and it also affects your initiative majority of the time. How that works, we'll figure that out eventually. Charisma, that helps with your diplomatic skills. Obviously, these ability scores also improve the class you're playing, like a sorcerer's key ability is charisma. The higher the score, the better your spellcasting will be. An ability boost normally increases an ability score value by 2. However, if the ability score to which you're applying an ability boost is already 18 or higher, its value increases by 1. At level 1, a character can never have an ability score that's higher than 18. Ancestries are races, by the way. They have different features and ability score boosts, you know this. Here's how ability modifiers work, you know this as well. Now, from here are tons of steps like where things go on a character sheet. That's gonna be another video. That's basically it for chapter 1, it's not that long. I just have to show off the character sheet and then we're 100% done. I couldn't get a sponsor for this video, so look! Here's my shirts. Also, I have a Patreon. I really hope I've earned your support. Please subscribe. Anyways, thank you for watching.
Bye-bye.